Hey YouTube, what's up? This is dieselfrost again here. What you're seeing in the background is a little TDM I did with a bunch of random pubs, none of my normal teammates I normally play with. And what I want to talk to you about today is what stat shows how good of a player you are. Now, most people's immediate response would be kill-death ratio. You hear it all the time. People trash other people's kill-death ratios. Oh, you have a negative, or you don't have a 2.0. I don't think KD says it all. Yes, the ability to slay the other team out definitely helps in just about any type of game mode, but I really think it's your win-loss that shows how good of a player you are. Now, the reason I think this is it's a game. The purpose is to win. And not every game mode is going to allow you to get a whole bunch of kills. Search and rescue, for example. You're not going to get a ton of kills. If you're strictly a TDM player, yeah, your KD is probably going to reflect your win-loss because that's all you're doing is killing the other team. However, if you're playing something like Domination, that may not necessarily be true. You may be contributing the most, but you may usually end up with a lower KD, even a negative KD. Now, what I want to show you here is my kill leaderboard as well as my win leaderboard. Now, as you can see with the win leaderboard, alright, all my friends, the number 2 and 3 slot, Jiggy and Insane, they play a lot of Infected, which skews your win-loss ratio. But the guy below it, Badusi, his win-loss is insane. Now, there's a couple reasons for this. He doesn't boost, but he takes his win-loss very seriously. He got on a good streak, and he wanted to keep it going. So, there are things that you can do to affect it, and this is a lot of what he does. For one, the game type. He plays Domination. We're good at Domination. That's what my clan does. So it's game type we know. We're good at it. We already kind of know what the other person on the team is going to do, even without them saying it, because we played so much Domination. Now, the other thing he does is he doesn't play alone. He always makes sure he has a team. It may not be a full team, but he usually waits till we have at least 4 players, preferably 5 or 6. And if we don't have a full 6, we keep an eye on the lobby. Even if we do have 6, he tends to keep an eye on the lobby a lot. Which is fair for anyone to do. I mean, if you see somebody right now, the game's only been out, what, about a week and a half? And you see somebody 6 prestige, and they have a negative win-loss and an insane KD, they're probably a booster or a hacker. You don't want to play with them because they're not going to play fair. It defeats the whole purpose. The other thing is, if you see they're really, really good, maybe you don't want to play with them. Some people think that's perfectly legitimate. Others, well, personally I would rather play against better players. It forces me to be a better player. But at the same time, if they're so good that I'm just frustrated and I'm dying when I spawn, it doesn't help my game. So, watching the lobby is a big thing. Game type, if I play solo, I generally play TDM. That's why a lot of the videos you're seeing are TDM matches. I tend to record those. My play is a little bit better because I do play with really good people, so my gameplay isn't as impressive, and also what I do during the game is very different. Here, I'm slaying people. That's the whole idea of TDM. Whereas in Domination, I do a lot of defense. I do a lot of support. So I may not have a great KD, but I'm making sure I get the SATCOMs out. I'm shooting out choppers. I'm throwing myself on B, just to defend it, for example. Give us that couple extra seconds so we can get backup in. I know I'm going to die, but if I can give 4 of my teammates a chance to rush in right after I die, it's going to help us win. So, if you're playing solo, I would suggest something like TDM. That you have the most control over. Or maybe Cranked. If you have a good team, I would suggest objective-based games. Especially once you learn how they work, you get to control the maps much better. You get to control the flow of the game much better. A lot of people, they'll play domination, and all they worry about is their KDs. We've had so many teams rage quit because they're just getting slaughtered, and we end up winning because they forfeit because they're worried about their KDs going down. So, in the end, I really think your win-loss should be your end-all, be-all of what you're looking at. The score that says, I'm a good player. Now, there are a couple ways, game types that you can do to bring it up. A cheap way to bring it up is you can play Live Infected. Those first two guys on my lobby leaderboard below me, they play tons of Infected. The only way you can lose an Infected is if either you're the last person standing and you die, or you're a zombie and somebody actually lasts through the time limit. So the odds of you losing are pretty slim. You'll get huge bonuses, basically, to your win-loss by playing Infected. But again, other game types, I would suggest always try to play with a full team. Even if you pick up randoms who are communicating, just doing call-outs, cooperating. I would rather have somebody who is horrible in a gunfight and doing call-outs and watching flags on my team than somebody who's just off flipping the spawns on us just so they can get more kills. Now, that just about covers it. I'm going to leave you with the rest of the gameplay. One of the things I do want to talk about is I haven't been able to get the 5 videos a week up like I've been wanting to. Running into some technical glitches. It's a big learning curve. I actually wanted to do some live comms for you. Realized I didn't have all the right adapters to do it, so those will be on order soon. But in the meantime, if there's anything you want to see or you want to hear, let me know in the description, or you can reach me on Twitter. My Twitter account's right at the top of the page. In the meantime, YouTube, you have a great day, and if you like the video, nuzzle that like button. Give it a little nuzzle. And if you want to see more, subscribe. I'll have more videos on the way, and hopefully this week I'll have a full 5 videos. I'll talk to you later, YouTube. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Scavenger. Good job. Report to command for debrief.